person who's being branded should be completely nude and sort of held to the table like a sort of almost like a sacrifice.
Mexican police surrounded a luxury villa near Puerto Vallarta. Inside, loyal followers rushed through the property as authorities closed in on the man they had spent weeks searching for. Some delayed officers at the gates, while he reportedly hid inside the house. As officers escorted him away to face extradition to the United States, few devoted followers reportedly tried to delay authorities and followed the police vehicles as they drove away. To his followers, he was a genius, a mentor, a man they believed could change humanity. But investigators believe the so-called self-help guru had secretly built a criminal organization based on blackmail, psychological control, sexual exploitation, and disturbing branding rituals carried out on women inside a hidden cult. This is the case of Keith Raniere, and his arrest would expose one of the most disturbing cult crime cases in modern America. Before understanding what Keith eventually became, we need to look at his early life. I know the beginning of this story might not seem very exciting, but bear with me. Some of these details may seem unimportant right now, but they'll make a lot more sense as the story unfolds. Keith Raniere was born on August 26, 1960, in Brooklyn, New York. His father, James Raniere, worked in advertising, while his mother, Vera Oskipko Raniere, worked as a ballroom dance instructor. Keith's parents separated when he was still young, and after the separation, he spent much of his time living with his mother. Some later accounts claimed she often treated Keith as unusually gifted and special, which may have influenced the way he viewed himself growing up. People who knew Keith during his early years later described him as highly intelligent and academically capable. After finishing school, he attended Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute and graduated in 1982 with a degree focused on science and mathematics. During his college years, Keith was not known as a popular social figure, but he was known for trying to appear intellectually superior. People who interacted with him later said he enjoyed long philosophical discussions and liked presenting himself as someone with unusually deep knowledge. As he entered adulthood, that personality became even stronger. Keith wanted people to see him as extraordinary. After college, Keith entered the world of multi-level marketing businesses during the 1980s. These businesses depended heavily on persuasion, recruitment, and convincing people to believe in a system. Over time, Keith became increasingly skilled at influencing others through confidence, long conversations, and motivational language. In 1990, he founded a company called Consumers Byline Incorporated, often called CBI. The business operated as a buying club that promised discounts and financial opportunities to members who recruited other people into the system. At first, the company grew quickly, but by 1993, authorities in multiple states began investigating the business after allegations that it was operating as a pyramid scheme. In 1996, Keith signed a consent order with New York State. Although he did not admit wrongdoing, he agreed to pay a fine and was permanently banned from promoting chain distribution marketing businesses in the future. For many people, that would have been the end of their career. But for Keith, it became a lesson. He appeared to understand how easily people could be emotionally influenced when they were promised success, purpose, and personal transformation. More importantly, he seemed to recognize how strongly people responded to confidence and authority. By the late 1990s, he shifted his focus toward personal development, psychology, and self-improvement programs. Around 1997, he met Nancy Salzman, a nurse and practitioner of hypnosis and neuro-linguistic programming. Together, they began building a new organization focused on self-improvement and personal transformation. In 1998, they launched a program called Executive Success Programs, which later became known as Nxivm. which they claimed could help people overcome fear, trauma, and emotional weakness. At first glance, Nxivm appeared to be a professional self-improvement company. Members attended very expensive workshops and seminars focused on confidence, communication, success, and emotional growth. The courses were usually taught by trained instructors and included lectures, group discussions, and personal development exercises designed to help participants identify and overcome personal limitations. Members were also encouraged to take additional courses and become increasingly involved in the organization over time. Inside Nxivm, members referred to Keith as Vanguard and Nancy Salzman as Prefect.
After every class, we'd say, "Thank you, Vanguard," like bowing to somebody in the room that's not even there.
Followers were encouraged to view him as an extraordinary thinker with unique insight into human behavior. The organization also had a board of directors and senior members who helped oversee operations, reinforcing the image of a legitimate and professionally run company. But as Nxivm grew, former members began making troubling allegations about what was happening behind the organization's public image.
I got a bit more and more collateral.
And made sexual advances.
Having a child with another woman.
Go and lick that puddle. You're
Basically sliced the skin open.
Working his way into my psyche.
They started having sex with my daughter.
We'll see you dead or in jail.
They described a culture built on manipulation, emotional coercion, the collection of damaging personal information, sexual exploitation, and extreme loyalty to its leadership. As investigators looked deeper into the organization, they uncovered a darker side of Nxivm that had remained hidden for years. The investigation eventually revealed secret groups, blackmail-like collateral, disturbing branding rituals, and other practices that shocked even experienced law enforcement officials. But Nxivm did not control people overnight. The organization worked through a gradual psychological structure designed to pull members deeper and deeper into the group over time. To understand how that happened, we first need to look at how Nxivm operated and what a typical member experienced after joining the organization. At first, members were made to feel special. Many people who joined Nxivm were going through difficult periods in life: relationship problems, insecurity, career struggles, trauma, or a feeling that something was missing. Inside the organization, they were welcomed with intense attention, praise, and emotional support. Members were constantly told they were special, powerful, and capable of becoming better versions of themselves. That early emotional connection was one of Nxivm's strongest tools. The courses created dependence. Nxivm offered expensive self-help workshops that promised personal growth and emotional healing. Over time, many members became emotionally dependent on the group and spent tens of thousands of dollars on courses and advanced programs over the years. Members were isolated. Anyone who criticized Nxivm was labeled negative or toxic. Members were slowly encouraged to distance themselves from family and friends who questioned the organization. Personal secrets were collected in the name of trust. As members became more loyal, they were encouraged to reveal deeply personal information like secrets, fears, embarrassing experiences, sexual history, financial details, and emotional vulnerabilities.
I had to give collateral, which is the Nxivm word for blackmail.
This was presented as an act of honesty, growth, and commitment to the community. Members were told that complete transparency showed strength and loyalty.
It wasn't bad enough, and I had to do another one.
Loyalty became obedience. Members were expected to follow instructions without questioning leadership. They were pushed to prove commitment through hard work, recruiting others, and sacrificing personal boundaries. Fear kept members silent. By the time many members realized something was wrong, leaving had become emotionally terrifying. Some feared public humiliation because Nxivm had their secrets and collateral. Others still believed the group was helping them and blamed themselves instead of the organization. Many members had already spent years, and in some cases decades, inside the organization building friendships, relationships, and much of their identity around Nxivm. This psychological control is one reason many intelligent people remained involved for years. One of the most disturbing parts of the case was that many Nxivm members were educated and successful people. According to former members, Keith often focused on recruiting wealthy, attractive, and socially influential people because their involvement made Nxivm appear more credible and trustworthy to outsiders. Actresses like Kristen Kruk, Grace Park, and Nikki Klein attended Nxivm courses during the organization's rise. Some later distanced themselves from the group, while others became more deeply involved in Nxivm's inner circle. Actress Allison Mack eventually became one of Keith's closest followers and a member of Keith's inner circle. The organization also received major financial support from wealthy heiress Claire Bronfman, helping Nxivm expand and appear more legitimate to outsiders. Nxivm's reputation became so polished that it attracted the attention of prominent public figures. In 2009, the Dalai Lama appeared at an event connected to Nxivm-affiliated organizations, a moment that many supporters viewed as validation of the group's mission. But the darkest chapter of the Nxivm case had not yet been revealed.
Master over slave women. Or you turn your head to the side was Keith's initials.
In Part 2, we'll uncover the secrets that ultimately brought the organization down. Part 2 will be uploaded soon. Subscribe to get notified. Thanks for watching.